sisters. Do you struggle to play against them? Well, in this next video, we're going to be sharing with you one of our videos from our masterclass series on the Adepta Sororitas. Now, in this video, we're going to be showing you how to actually counter the miracle dice, the acts of faith of the Sisters of Battle, which are incredibly powerful, and we're going to show you some of our top tips on how to play around them. Now, this video is part of our masterclass series, and what we do on these masterclasses is we go over the armies, the army rules, how to play against them, and then we take a deep dive look into each of the detachments from the strengths and the weaknesses, so you know how to expose them. And also, if you're building a list, you know exactly what you should be leaning into to make sure that you can really enjoy each of those detachments based on the army collection that you have. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, and if you like this video, then do check out the description where the link will be so that you can get your first month at half price. So over to that lesson next, and I hope you enjoy it.
It's time to look at how you can combat miracle dice. Obviously, it's a very powerful mechanic. And you're going to need to know how to tackle your opponent if they're playing Sisters of Battle or Adepta Sororitas when they can simply put dice in for the result they want.
Yes.
Stephen, what can we do when we're facing miracle dice?
Okay, so there's certain things that you can't control. But often I feel like when players play against miracle dice, or a player with miracle dice, they are putting themselves on the back foot constantly. And I'm going to help you now make sure that doesn't happen.
We're quick to assume we have no input or control over what our opponent can do, right?
Yeah, and I would actually say there is going to be roughly, in regards to miracle dice, well, there's going to be 10 for the start of each turn. You can't do anything about, okay? If they've got the triumph, well, obviously they'll get some for each battle round until you killed the triumph. That's a bit obvious, right? But then if the Sisters army has, let's say, 10 units or 15 units, then that is potentially 15 more miracle dice they'll get for every time they're destroyed. If they've got the simulacrums or the little banners, well, on a 4 up, there's a 50-50 chance they might get some more as well. So here's actually how we can start to affect things.
Okay.
Your order of priority is super important. All right, Michael? So I'm going to give you an example. I've got in my miracle pool a 1, 2, and a 3. And at the start of your turn, Michael, as my opponent, you should ask me what dice I have. That should be a question you currently constantly ask. If they are not displaying it like I am here, in my little grid system, where you can just easily see them, then you need to ask, you need to visually show me what your miracle dice are, and I need to be able to see them all the time. Okay, this is information for you and me, okay, and that's really important. So I'm going to say to you, Michael, I've got a 1, 2, and a 3, okay? You've just drew Assassinate, Michael. All of my Paragon War suits are dead. You've destroyed them, good job. That was in a previous turn. Morvian Vow is out on her own now. Okay. Okay. And we've also got just a couple of little Battle Sisters on the objective. Michael, you've got a Repulsor Executioner. What's going through your head right now?
Okay, well, I've got two different kind of like fire powers.
Yeah.
One's going to be better against Val because it's got like higher AP, and I know she's got a 2-up save. Obviously, if I didn't, I'd ask you. And then I know that all of my little guns I can fire at the 2 Sisters of Battle. Because I want to take you off this objective, ideally. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll say the Triumph isn't on the objective. All right, that's really important. But just within range of Morvian Vow. So she can use 2 Acts of Faith right now.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Michael, please, 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 take my advice on this one.
Okay.
The order in which you resolve your attacks are super important.
Right.
Now, you know that the 1 is always going to fail anyway. That's a guaranteed fail that I have. AP0 or AP1 with cover means that Morvian Vow can use a 2 for the 2+ save. AP2 with cover means I can also use the 3 and still be okay. So you're going to need to take me to my invulnerable save, which is a 4+, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's really important. You need to be AP3 or more, or AP2 ignoring cover. Yeah?
Okay. Well, I've got a heavy laser destroyer, which I'm going to fire at Val.
Okay, perfect. Now, you've also got all the little guns. What I see a lot of people do is they just resolve the little shots first because they want to think when they need to use their CP reroll. You often need to think about it in the complete reverse way round.
Okay.
Because if you shoot my Battle Sister unit first, I might know full well knowing I'm going to die, and I actually want to die. I genuinely want this unit to be destroyed. You've selected this unit and you've started resolving your attacks first here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, cool, this one that I know fails, I'm going to use that, and because I've got a cherub in the unit, I put the 1 in, 1 model destroyed, but I used a cherub, right?
Right.
What do cherubs gives me?
A miracle dice.
A miracle dice, so I can roll that dice and go, oh, well, maybe it was a 4. Cool.
Okay.
I've now got a 4+ invulnerable save, Michael.
Very nice.
And you've killed the other model.
Ah.
Okay. What does that give me, Michael?
Another miracle dice.
Another miracle dice. Oh, I rolled it. Oh, it's a 6. Cool. Your 2 laser shots that you've put into Morvi and Val, put the 4 in. I can do it again because of the triumph. Put the 6 in. You've achieved nothing.
No.
But if you'd have just shot your laser destroy first,
Yeah.
I've essentially got a 50-50 chance of saving Morvi and Val, but the damage would kill it.
Yeah, and you just got to re-roll it. You just got to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you did it the other way round, I'd roll my dice and go, okay, I've got a fail. What's the damage?
It's d6 plus 4.
Okay, so he's dead.
Cool.
All right, gone. And then you go, then I'd get a miracle dice. Oh, that's a 2. And now I'm in this situation, and your guns probably kill them. 2 scenarios. One was in your control.
Yeah.
Completely in your control, but often we forget those things.
Yeah.
So always kill the most prominent threat first, especially when they don't have the miracle dice. Okay?
Yeah.
Also, when they've got 6s, watch out for things like Overwatch.
Yeah.
That can be really, really important. Or if they've got, for example, an Imagifier left with only a couple models nearby, kill this quickly. So then it gets rid of the rerolls nearby. There are those things that now you know this, and you know the units that are really affecting the army, like the Dialogus. Every time you spend a miracle dice, it is a 6.
Yeah.
Precision is really, really potent against sisters. So if you are in a sisters meta, then maybe some precision attacks could be the way forward.
Yeah. Another thing I think also, as an opponent of Sisters of Battle, is actually threat range. Like normally against most armies, I'll be happy to sit at maybe not a 9-inch charge for people, because a 9-inch is not something people really go for, and so I can rely on having that extra bit of movement by not being at a 12 to take advantage of that later on in the game. But obviously against Sisters of Battle, if they do have a 6, then they'll go for a 9-inch charge, because all they need to do is roll a 3 on a single dice.
Yes.
So actually staying fully out of the 12
Yes.
might be a better tactic just against that particular army.
That's a great tip, yeah. Really, really good. It's just extend that threat range that little bit extra. And also, overcommit shots. Don't really split fire. I would say focus in, because then, as your opponent, using Miracle Dice, knowing that you're going to overkill me, I'm probably not going to spend my Miracle Dice. If you give me a chance to get it down to that last shot where I can save a model, I will. Don't give me the option to do that. So overkill units would be my next tip. And I think if you do those 3 things, threat ranges, choice of targets correctly, and ensure you overkill, then you're going to be in a lot better place getting its Miracle Dice. And it's not going to feel so strong.
Yeah, fantastic.
All right, hopefully that helps.
Alrighty, so let's take a look now at some of the detachments.